Good morning. Hello. Am I audible? Am I visible?
Yes, good morning.
Yes, yes. Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Good morning. Can you be a little louder, please?
Yes, I'll increase the volume. Is this better?
Yes, this is fine.
Yes, thank you. Thank you all so much for being here with me on a Sunday.
Still sounding
Yeah,
very
still, if you can be a little louder, still
A
it is
little
yeah,
more.
soft.
Yeah, a little louder.
Is this okay?
little
Better,
more.
but not up to date.
I think everybody can go on mute so that we'll be able to hear. Is that okay? So, how has been the Sunday so far? Morning, all of you present here for a session of tapping. I'm so glad to see some familiar faces, some new faces. Thank you all so much for joining in. So I don't know if Hitesh is joining. Has Hitesh joined in? Otherwise, uh, okay. I'll request everyone to be on mute. You can unmute in the middle of the session or even at the end of the session regarding your queries, or if you want to share something at that time, you can always unmute. But at the outset, let's start by keeping ourselves mute, and it makes it easier. Everyone will be able to hear, right? Not a lot of confusion. Okay. So we start. So the topic today, what I had chosen was anger. So how many of you have never experienced anger? Hands can go up. Practically not possible, right? Just 10 minutes ago, I was angry with my daughter because she woke up so late. So, anger is a very normal emotion that each one of us experiences. Ever wondered why we experience anger? So, what I'm planning for today is maybe a 10-minute short introduction. I had a workshop on anger, which I had done last year. So, I have that PPT, but parts of that I will be just sharing and explaining about what anger is, because without understanding why we feel angry and what it is all about, if you're just starting with tapping, it doesn't make sense. You won't be able to unravel. See, emotions are like an onion, kanda, pyaz. You have to unravel those layers one by one. That is when we understand it better. So without that introspection, without understanding why am I even experiencing this emotion, it becomes very difficult for you to even handle it, regulate it, or at least do something with it. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll start by screen sharing. I'll require all your cooperation because looks like I'm handling this alone. So please do not put anything in the chat box. You can unmute yourself and talk to me because I won't be able to handle simultaneously both the presentation as well as the chat and the interaction. I will require all your cooperation with this. Thank you so much. So we start?
Madam, I
Yes.
think the voice is fluctuating. It's clear and it's becoming soft. It's not so stable. It's not so clear.
Now is it okay? Is everyone experiencing the same problem?
Ash, sometimes तुम अपना mic के पास में रख ले Ash, mic को हाथ से पकड़ ले, so I think that would be better. Yeah,
This makes it better?
sort of.
Okay, we'll try. Okay. Okay, let me share.
Yeah, also the volume is very low.
The volume is at an 80 here on my screen.
Oh no, that's
I think you can increase the device.
On the
Fluctuated,
highest,
Hanji?
it's on the highest at receiving end, the volume, but yet it is a little low.
Yes.
Okay. Is this okay
Fine.
now?
For us, it's fine.
Now it's okay?
Better.
Seems to be.
Okay. Okay. So are you able to see the screen?
Yes, we are able to see it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So it's just a very short introduction, a little bit to understand what anger is all about. Okay. And here I'll read this quote, beautiful quote by Aristotle. It says, anybody can become angry. That's really easy. But to be angry with the right person and to the right degree and at the right time and for the right purpose and in the right way, that is not within everybody's power. And that definitely is not easy. Makes sense, right? So what is anger basically? It's a very normal and natural reaction that we face when we feel our boundaries are being violated. What is a boundary? That space which is me, and that space which demarcates me from the other person. So whenever you feel that somebody is getting into that boundary, violating that boundary, you will experience anger. Okay. And this is experienced not just by us humans, everybody does it. We have seen dogs which are territorial, right? They don't allow anybody to get into their own space. So it is just like that. Okay. But we humans have an extra capacity. We bottle it up. We either let it out or we bottle it up. Okay. Bottling it up is one special character of the human species. Now, this anger is very important because it can motivate us. It can help us to set our boundaries. It tells us exactly where things are going wrong and where you need to look into. Okay. It helps us protect our own space. We are able to express. Somebody needs to go on mute. There's some noise. Thank you so much. Okay. So we are able to defend our own space and we are able to express our point of view. This is how anger is useful for us. We've all been angry, right? And that is what saves us from difficult situations. Now, why we are so scared of anger? First thing is, we have never been taught. How many schools or how many parents have taught us the right way of being angry? They've told us, beta, this is how you express your anger. We have had modeling from our parents. We have had people raging. We have had people shutting us up. We have been told to go sit in the corner. We have been hit. We have been ridiculed for being angry, for displaying our emotions, right? So we have never been taught or educated about how we can even, express our emotions. Then how will we even learn? And we haven't learned, how are we going to teach our children to learn about it? We do not know how to express it. We do not know how to share our emotions with each other. And anger is one emotion which really creates havoc. Okay. Whether you bottle it inside or you show it or rage or show it on somebody else, both are harmful. It ruins relationships. And this is the main reason for stress. But anger is not a bad emotion. Just imagine a world where there was no anger. Do you think anything would have happened? Would we have gotten our independence? Would we have stood up for ourselves? Would we have stood up for others without this emotion? Practically not possible, right? It can also be destructive. Anger is a double-edged sword. You can use it as you wish. The choice is in our hands. And anger is usually because we are triggered. Early man, you can see the triggers were different. Now only the triggers have changed. It's probably your job. It's things that are going on around you, your children, your spouse, whatever it is. Anything can be a trigger. And a trigger is usually something which is repeated from your past, because that is where you're holding on to trauma. We have discussed this in our last session of EFT also, when we dealt with anxiety. So we understood what actually trauma is, how it comes into place, what is stress, what leads to it, and what happens once a person is stressed. We have gone through all that. So probably a recording will be made available shortly. So you can please go through that, because we'll be saving on time if we don't discuss all that. So whenever we get triggered, we have the same kind of behavioral pattern. Okay. And what can be the trigger? Anything that comes up from our past. Okay. And anger is like the tip of the iceberg. Anger is a secondary emotion, and we experience it only when it gets too overwhelming with what is below the iceberg. So you need to understand why you are getting angry. Okay. So is it because you've noticed children feeling hungry and getting angry? There are times when we are frustrated, we are overworked, we are tired and we are angry. There are times when we are sad and we are angry. Men usually, even when they're sad, they get angry because they've repeatedly been told not to cry. Men don't cry. Boys are not weak. They should not be crying. And we women, what do we tend to do? When we get angry, we tend to cry. It's the opposite, right? So what is the emotion underneath this? Secondary emotion is what we need to unravel. And tapping helps with this. Okay. What are your trigger points? I'll be posting a screenshot of this in the WhatsApp chat. So you can just make this assessment of what triggers or pushes your buttons. That'll help you. And this is called the anger cycle. There is a trigger. There is an internal reaction which depends on your past experience, your belief system, the meaning you associate with it. Then there is an intensification. There is an external break. There is a peak. That is when you explode with anger and you're not able to hold it in anymore. Immediately after this explosive peak comes the exhaustion. You withdraw because you have spent all your energy. And then there is remorse, justification, judgment. Okay. So this is called the anger cycle. And how does anger affect our body? In every single way. Stress is at an all-time high. We clench our fists. We get totally stressed up. Our voice gets very strained. We tend to gnaw our teeth. Our breathing gets rapid. Blood pressure goes up. Immunity goes haywire. And everything that can go wrong goes wrong at those few moments of anger. And these are the kinds of anger that we usually experience. One is called the behavioral anger, when you're mostly cruel or aggressive most of the times. Then there is verbal anger. It's only words, no action, insults. This is one of the main forms of bullying that we see in schools. Then there is passive anger. Passive anger is when you're giving the silent treatment to someone. We all experience this in our life from our own near and dear ones, right? When people are trying to avoid us, when people are trying to act very indifferent and they want to show us that they just don't care. That is again passive anger. They want you to feel that they are angry and they want you to repent for having made them angry, but they'll do it in passive ways. Then today what we are dealing with is self-inflicted anger, punishing self. It can be in various different forms. So habit is something that attaches itself to a self-inflicting anger. So even if you're overworking just so that you can stay away from home, you're overeating or binging, or even if you're going through anorexia, you don't want to eat at all. So whether it is punishing self, some people have nail biting, some people pull their hair, some people self-harm. It can be anything, even relationships, jumping from one relationship to another. All of these habits are usually just so that we can avoid reality of our life. Okay, it is just so that you're distracted from what is happening around you in your own life, because we as humans we don't want pain. We want happiness. We want to stay away from discomfort. We want to be in a zone of comfort all the time, right? So this is what we'll be dealing with today. Then there are some people, angry young man, Amitabh Bachchan was called, because most of his movies showed anger. So this is chronic anger, just angry all the time. The person doesn't need a reason to be angry. Anjay?
मैं ले जाती हूँ उसको यहाँ से.
Okay. Then there is judgmental anger. Judgmental anger is when you're trying to tell others that you are wrong. What you're doing is wrong. Giving a judgment, putting a label on somebody. Okay. Then there is an overwhelmed anger. There are times when somebody has been hurt too much for too long. It is also called as reactive anger, you know, when there is a beautiful saying which says, एक रहनी एक दिन पतवार बनती है. एक रहनी is a small path. Okay. People keep walking on that small path. वो एक पतवार बनती है. It becomes a road. एक चिंगारी, one spark, दहक अंगार बनती है. It becomes a fire. One small spark can become a fire. जो सदा रौंदी गई, the person who was always put down and crushed below their feet, जो सदा रौंदी गई बेबस समझकर, मिट्टी वही एक दिन मीनार बनती है. That becomes a huge monument or a building. Now that is what is called constructive anger. And that comes from overwhelmed anger. Okay, when you have been put down for too long, you tend to spring back. Now that is constructive anger. And that is what we see in our society when people stand up for themselves and stand up for others. Okay, so anger is a beautiful emotion that you can have. Then there is volatile anger. I usually experience this. It's like temperature of a thermometer, up and down, up and down. So you're angry for a moment and then it's again you're cooled down. So we need to understand what our triggers are and understand, when you understand those triggers, even before that state of anger comes in, you're able to manage it. Okay. Then there is retaliatory anger. Retaliatory anger is when somebody is getting angry. The most common example is traffic, traffic incidents. So when there is someone who hits your car and that person comes and shouts, "You have hit my car," you shout back at him. Now this is retaliatory anger. Okay. Then there is paranoid anger. Fear makes us do a lot of things. And we tried to understand this in our last session of EFT. When, because of fear, what are the three things which are activated? Fear, I told you, is like the first gear of the car. And when you go into the second gear, it is a fight response. Because when you're too scared and you want to get out of that situation, there are three things you can do. You can fight, you can flight, or you can freeze. So when you know you will be able to handle the situation, it's always the fight response which kicks in. And that is the reason that we experience anger in certain situations. Like we discussed this last time. So I was walking on the lonely road at night, and then I heard a bike coming behind and honking. And my first reaction was to take out my chappal. Now this is paranoid anger. Okay. It can also be due to jealousy. A lot of things. We can always watch Saas Bahu serials if you want to know about it. Then there is deliberate anger. Deliberate anger is a very common characteristic of narcissistic abuse. So this is when you want to control, दूसरे को दबाना है, you want to put the person down to his status. I mean, अपने हद में रहो. I am the boss here. Now this is deliberate anger. So you need to ask yourself, what kind of anger do I most commonly experience, or the people around me experience? That's just an education. Anger is one thing that you cannot bottle up inside for long. It's like a dormant volcano. You can only hold it in for a certain time, but you will explode somewhere, probably in a wrong place altogether. We all have experienced this, right? Kisi ka gussa kisi pe. You're angry with somebody else and you take it out on somebody else. This is what happens. Anger cannot stay hidden for long. Okay, it is impossible. And we express anger in so many different ways. It's like it's a fancy dress show. Anger can turn up as sadness. Anger can turn up as overworking. It can turn up as oversleeping. It can be anything. Okay. It can also have a martyrdom face. So this is where the silent treatment comes in. This is where that verbal bullying comes in. Okay. So anger can be loud. If you're thinking anger is only shouting, you are totally wrong. Anger can also be self-inflicted. Okay. You can go, hurt yourself because of your anger. Even that is possible. Okay. And most of the times, why do we even experience this? Different kinds of anger. It's a childhood behavioral pattern. For those people who have repeatedly been told at home, growing up, that it is not good to express anger, tend to bottle it inside, tend to self-blame. Okay, because they've repeatedly been told anger is not acceptable. It's like fire. It's hot, it rages, and it burns itself as well as the person who comes close to it. Correct? And how can you put out this fire? There are two ways. If you see A, he's putting more wood to that fire. Do you think it will put it out? And in B, he's putting it out with water. What do you think works better? A or B? You can unmute. Yes? Everybody's on silent. Can you hear me? Hello? Can you people hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
D.
Ash, yeah, you had to give the unmute cover. That is why it was not happening.
What was not happening, Geeta?
Yeah, we couldn't unmute ourselves. Maybe you had unmuted, so
Acha,
isliye.
okay,
But we
okay.
could hear you clearly, so it is B.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much. Okay, I'll request everyone to go on mute again.
Everybody does it.
Thank you so much. Okay. So now we'll start with the EFT procedure. Okay. The first thing that we need to do when we feel angry is increase the distance. Okay. So it says anger is like a vacuum cleaner. It can suck anything and everything in its way. So the first thing we need to do is increase distance to reduce its power. There are different ways that you can do. They're all called coping strategies. Any of them may work for you depending on what is your dominant sense. Like we did discuss the dominant sense. We have vision, we have hearing, we have smell, we have taste, we have touch. So what is your dominant sense? Okay. So that is how you take in stimulus, and that is the way that you connect to most, because that is your dominant sense. So if you're a kinesthetic person, probably walking, jogging, whatever, moving your body will detach you from that situation. But if you are a person who is visual, then probably you can see something. If you're an auditory person, probably you can listen to music. So different ways that you can have coping strategies. Ultimately, it's about working it out and then moving on. Okay. You need to process your anger, understand its triggers, and then you need to let it go and move on. You cannot be carrying it with you. So I'll be posting this also. You can just fill in this. What are your triggers and what are the coping skills that work for you as an individual? Because it can be different. It can vary from person to person. Now, this is a formula that I found very effective. Whenever you're having any kind of an anger issue with another person, because this usually only comes up in relationships, confront the problem rather than each other, understand how you're feeling, agree to disagree. Okay. And understand what that problem is and look for solutions. Implement those and review again after some time. So you can go from this to that. Okay, I'll stop sharing. And we are back. Now we can start with the tapping session. All ready? Okay, wonderful. Okay. So the first step, we have discussed this last time also in EFT. The very first step that we do in EFT is identifying your emotions. Okay. So today we're dealing with anger. So we are going to be saying that this anger is the emotion that I'm experiencing. So I want you to go back to a recent time when you experienced anger. A very recent time, maybe today, maybe yesterday, maybe a week before. A moment when you experience this emotion, and I want you to magnify it. I want you to make it larger, make it more technicolor, so that you're able to understand it, go into the depth of it today in this session, because it's a hands-on experiential. So first identify your emotion and ask yourself, what is the emotion that I'm feeling? Anger. But ask yourself, is this really anger? Or is it frustration? Is it sadness? Is it fear? Is it guilt? What is it? What is this emotion actually telling me? Okay. What brought on this emotion, this feeling? What was it that brought this on? There has to be an origin to this emotion. So what was going on immediately before I experienced this emotion? Okay. Next, ask yourself. Please feel free to write down if you want to. Okay. Writing is one of the best ways that we can have clarity of thought. It's a direct connect to your subconscious mind. Then ask yourself, this anger that I'm experiencing, which started on this day, when this situation happened, is this even mine to carry? Does this emotion belong to me? Or was it somebody else's that I took on? So many times somebody is angry. We spoke about retaliatory anger just when I was sharing that PPT. So was it anger thrust on you, or was it anger that you wanted to borrow from somebody? Is it even yours? Next, ask yourself, where in my body do I feel this emotion the most? Body mapping. This is what we do with kids, and it works wonderfully well with adults. So many times we don't even know what we are experiencing in our own body. So just close your eyes, take in a couple of deep breaths, and see visually, internally, where in your body are you experiencing this? Okay. And then ask yourself, how would I want to describe this emotion that I'm feeling in my body? What is that adjective, that describing word, which you would use in terms of visual, smell, or auditory, olfactory, gustatory, and kinesthetic? Describe it in all 4K technicolor. So my emotion of anger that I feel in this part of my body looks like this, smells like this, sounds like this, feels like this, tastes like this, vibrates like this. Okay. So just write that down. Ask yourself, how is this anger helping you? Very important question. Anger is always there for a purpose, a very definite purpose. What was the purpose of this anger? Which of your boundaries did you think was being violated at that time? There's definitely a reason why you felt angry. Why? How was it serving you? How was this emotion of anger helping you? What is its gift to you? Okay. Second question. This was the first question, all of them. Second question. What is the intensity of this particular anger that I'm experiencing as a metaphor in my body? So intensity, like we discussed last time in EFT, usually people, if you see on YouTube or anywhere else, you will find people mapping intensity between 0 and 10, 0 being nothing, negligible, to 10 being the maximum. But I personally like it when I take it from -10 to +10, for the reason being, if you are experiencing a negative emotion, it is never on the positive side. You're always in the negative. Mark your intensity from -10 to +10, 0 being neutral when everything is okay, and 10 being the positive side. Makes more sense, right? Okay. So from -10 to +10, where do you find the intensity of your anger? -10 being rage, 0 being neutral, and +10 being that I am in a very beautiful zone and my life is jingalala. Where are you? Okay. Third question. Establish that phrase of EFT, that particular sentence that you need of self-acceptance. So you say, even though I'm feeling this emotion of anger, which is like this, metaphor, adjective, in this part of my body, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And it's perfectly all right if you don't want to say, I deeply and completely accept myself, because you're finding it difficult or you have issues that you're dealing with as far as self-love is concerned. You can always say, I'm work in progress. Even though I feel this emotion in this part of my body, I am learning to completely and deeply accept myself. Okay. I choose to completely and deeply accept myself. And I'm okay. You can also tap on the sentence saying that even though I do not feel that I deeply and completely accept myself, I'm still ready to give it a chance. Okay. You can work on that. So now is the sequence. Again, for those of you who, please put up your hands who have come in for the first time, so I'll know. Okay, wonderful. Okay. So quickly go through the points so that you will be able to know what the points are. We start with the karate chop point. Then we go to the top of the head, which is the center of the head. Then we go to the point where your eyebrow meets the bridge of your nose. There is the outer rim of your eye. There is your under eye. There is under nose. There is under your lips. There is your collarbone. And there is your monkey point below your armpit. Okay. Then there are a few more points that we will be doing today for an anger sequence. The little pinky finger. Okay. Pinky finger ke andar ke side pe just below the nail. Okay. This is one point. This is the gamut point, which is in between your ring finger and your little finger. There is a V. If you notice, if you put your hand there, you will get that point of the V. This is the gamut point. Okay. I hope I'm not very fast. It's okay. Okay. Wonderful. So these are the points that we will be using. Okay. So we'll start the sequence. So you can just follow with me. Okay. The first point is the PR point or the karate chop point, and it comes here. Just below your, there is a line which cuts through here, just below your pinky finger. That's the heart line. If you know palmistry, most of us have been interested. So we'll be knowing. And the base of your palm. So you can tap. And again, let me make it clear. You can sit and tap, you can stand and tap, you can lie down and tap, you can sit on the potty and tap. You can do it anywhere. I walk and tap. You can tap with one hand, you can tap with two hands, you can tap with this hand on this side, this hand on this side. Tapping can be with 2 fingers, it can be with 3 fingers. In fact, for our below the armpit, we tap with our knuckles because it becomes difficult to tap with the same hand there. So you can do that also. There is a wrist point where we do this. We don't even use our fingers. And it's perfectly all right. The main aim when we do EFT is the aiming part. That is the core sentence or phrase of self-acceptance. Okay. And whenever we are touching those points, it should not be very hard. Let them be light. The force can be light. It's just a tapping, butterfly touch. So we are opening up those meridians and we are releasing the pent up emotions or energy. It's like There is a huge traffic jam and you're clearing it up slowly. Okay, so let's start. All set? Thumbs up? Okay, so let's start with the PR point. Even though I really feel frustrated and angry with, please fill in the blanks. It may be a person, it may be yourself, it can be a situation. Okay, even though I really feel frustrated and angry with, I deeply and completely love and accept myself and all of my feelings about them. Okay, is that okay? You can jot down if you want to. Even though I feel so frustrated with whatever, I want to free myself from this frustration and anger. I do want to live a better life. You can do it with both hands also. You can do it with one hand also. Okay, it's perfectly all right. Now, even though, this is the eyebrow point, even though I feel angry and frustrated with, please fill in the blanks. I want to feel calm and peaceful for my own sake. And I choose to be open to working towards change, even though it doesn't seem possible at this moment, right now. Okay, side of the eye. I feel so angry with maybe a person, a situation, maybe yourself. I feel this frustration in this part of my body. Just fill in which part of your body. You can just close your eyes and internally feel which part of your body you're feeling this frustration, this anger. And this anger and frustration, it's causing me so much pain. I don't know, below the lips, I don't know how to let it go. Collarbone, my blood is boiling. My pulse is racing. My breathing is so fast and shallow. Under your armpit, the brow point. And I know that I have a right to be this angry. Go back to the head. Here we don't go back to the PR point unless we finish the sequence. This is called the psychological reversal point, and it is usually done after the sequence. So again, going back to the top of your head. It was not fair to me. The way those people behaved, the way I was treated, the way the situation I was in, it was not fair to me. I have a right to feel frustrated and angry. Why should I be the victim here? If I don't remain angry, I know I will face injustice. For no fault of mine. I didn't cause all this. I have been wronged so many times by so many people. I was right. They were wrong. I never wanted this. So I will allow myself to feel this anger and frustration completely. I know I have been told many times that I shouldn't feel the way I feel. But I can't handle this. So next time, I'm really going to allow myself to indulge in these feelings as I tap. It's high time I honored my own feelings. If I don't do it, who else will do it? What if just by allowing myself to really feel these feelings, I'm able to release them? What if in just expressing my emotions and tapping on them, I'm able to free myself from this feeling of anger and frustration? What if I could just identify what my triggers are for this emotion, and I begin to trust myself to change the way I respond to it? What if these feelings that I haven't acknowledged until now just wanted to be accepted and acknowledged? What if these feelings are meant to move through me in order to be released? What if by allowing myself to fully feel my emotions on my own, I will be able to let them go? I'll be really able to free myself and not hurt anyone else in the process, not even me. Maybe I don't need to use anger as my weapon of choice to save myself or to hurt others. Take in a deep breath, release it. Even though, collarbone, I have this resistance to letting go of my feeling, this anger, this frustration, I deeply and completely accept myself and my resistance about this. Even though there is a part of me that feels it is wrong to feel these feelings, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I feel that by indulging in these feelings, I may be hurting myself or others, I'm learning to deeply and completely love and accept myself. I still do feel frustrated with. You can just mention what you're feeling frustrated with. But I'm okay with that. I know I won't stay in this feeling forever. I know that feelings are fluid. They will just flow. They'll flow away as easily as they've appeared. What if I'm actually releasing these emotions right now? What if I know that I can start to feel calmer, more relaxed, more at peace, just by accepting these emotions and allowing them to flow through me? Collarbone. It feels good to acknowledge my emotions and my feelings. Underarm, especially because I had never done this before. Top of the head. And that denying had caused me more hurt than experiencing my emotions ever did. I am now beginning to feel better. All this anger and frustration, I am allowing it. I'm really feeling it. I'm beginning to release it. I'm feeling a lot better. As these emotions lose their grip on me. Now I realize that as these emotions get released, I can speak my truth calmly, more clearly, with clarity. I am feeling empowered. I no longer feel shamed or blamed, judged or criticized when I'm in this empowered state. I like this feeling of being empowered and authentic with my emotions. It feels good to allow myself my own feelings. It feels wonderful to be calm and clear headed. Collarbone. I'm choosing to allow myself to feel calmer and better with each passing moment. Underarm. I'm beginning to see all of this differently. My difficult emotions that I had struggled with until now, they are my best teachers. They are here to help me heal. They are here to help me evolve and grow into a better version of myself. Thank you, anger. Thank you, frustration. I'm sorry that I had not paid any attention to you, the lessons you wanted me to learn. Collarbone, I will honor your presence in my life from now on. I will. Deep breath. Say, just hold your wrist. Okay. Just put your thumb on your wrist, hold your hand, and say peace when you breathe out. Peace. And now, the little finger point that I spoke about, you can use your index finger and your thumb, and you can just tap on both sides. Your little finger, tap it just five times. Tap your collarbone point 5 times. And now we do the gamut procedure. Because when we do the gamut procedure, there is a chain which is completed of EFT. It locks the emotion that you have now newly transformed into your system, your belief system. Okay. So this is the gamut point, the V, the bottom of the tip of the V between your ring finger and your little finger. You can just feel that area. Here is the V. Okay, so just use 2 of your fingers. You can use it one over the other like this. You can use 2 side by side. So just tapping on that gamut point. Okay, first with the eyes open, then with the eyes closed. Keep tapping on that point. Then open your eyes back. Look to your left and down. Don't move your head, just look to your left and down. Back to the straight center. Look to your right and down. Back to the center. Roll your eyes in one direction, back to the center. Roll your eyes in the other direction, back to the center. And now let's all hum. And now say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again. And now just look from the bottom of the floor to the top of your ceiling. Now that locks it in. So what this gamut procedure does is, it stimulates all different parts of your brain, because we are humming, we are doing the tapping, we are counting, we are reverse counting, we are looking in different sides. So all different parts of your brain have been stimulated to assimilate the information that you have just recovered or unraveled during EFT, and that modification, the transformation that has taken place in your emotions have been locked in when you do the floor to ceiling eye roll. Okay. So now I'll request all of you to close your eyes. Just place your right hand on your heart. Breathe in deeply, very deep, natural breaths, very natural rhythm. So inhale from your nostril, exhale from your mouth. Inhale deeper, not very deep. Maybe as just like it should be a comfortable breathing, rhythm. So inhale deeper, and you can just exhale slightly more deeper than your inhale. And every time you inhale, feel your breath literally going in through your heart. And each exhale, physically feel your breath being released from your heart. So you're breathing in through your heart, breathing out through your heart. Feel the beat of your heart as you put your hand as it rests on your chest. Can you feel that beating of your heart? You can nod your head. Yes? Wonderful. A very nice, comfortable breathing style. So now I want you to feel all that blood from different parts of your body, which is reaching your heart, your lungs, getting purified, oxygenated, nourished, relaxed. Feel all that fresh, nourishing, oxygenated blood rushing out from your heart, going to various parts of your body. Just imagine that this blood is carrying all those feelings of relaxation, of calmness. Feel your facial muscles, your shoulders, your chest, your abdomen, your legs, your hands relax. Exhale out any stress, any strain, discomfort, pain, or any other feeling as you start feeling more calmer, more relaxed. As you keep breathing in this comfortable rhythm. Feel this feeling of relaxation traveling all the way from the top of your head till the tip of your toes. And now you realize that this heart of yours has been beating non-stop since the time you were in your mother's womb. And it will go on beating till the last moment of your life on this planet. This heart, which we had never paid attention to, goes on beating. It has never rested. It has never taken a day off. It has never stopped. It has never cribbed. It has never complained. It has never blamed you for anything. Always beating just for you. And with so much of love. So just for now, smile and send all your unconditional love to your heart. And say, thank you, heart. I love you. I always will. I will take care of you. I promise. Now slowly you can open your eyes. Get oriented to your surroundings and allow yourself to notice one thing in your room which you had not noticed for a very long time. Any one thing. Wonderful. Found it? Now allow yourself to notice another thing which is near you in your vicinity, which probably you have not paid much attention to until now. Something which is aas-paas mein, nearby. Just look around and see what catches your attention. Take in a deep breath. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Let it out as a sigh. Wonderful. Welcome back. Now I want you to just reassess the intensity of your emotion which you had felt earlier. Please jot down a number. You had a number earlier, right? You had jotted down the intensity of your emotion earlier. Please redo the assessment. You can just close your eyes and internally see where you stand. Where is the intensity of this emotion? You have a number? Anybody would like to share their numbers with me before and after? You can unmute yourself. You can go one by one, please.
Can I come in, Dr. Ashwini?
Please, yes, please.
That's a very, first of all, thank you for an absolutely fabulous process. I've been practicing EFT, but nothing like this ever before.
Thank you so much.
So I've just been through an episode and this came like God sent. I was like -7 probably. And I feel +10 now.
Oh, awesome. Wonderful.
It's just one request, Dr. Ashwini, where can I find these commands? I would love to have them because extremely, extremely helpful.
Yeah, these are the sentences that I talk to myself.
Yeah, this is like something which I would really require. How do I get this? This was completely resonating.
Yeah. So here, whenever we are practicing, this is something that is very important. The most important part of EFT is the aiming part. What are you targeting at? And the second thing
Right.
is you need to dig deeper. Okay.
Right.
1 second. Okay. So the second part of it is being able to accept those emotions as they are. Okay. So whenever you're aiming at a particular emotion, my request is to be as authentic and as natural about your negative emotions as possible. See, any other modality of therapy, we are always trying to change those emotions. Here, please note, in EFT is the only form of therapy where you start by accepting the negative emotion. Even though I feel this, I deeply and completely, I'm learning to accept myself. I'm learning to love myself. I choose to love myself. It's such a beautiful amalgamation. Just, I want you to just think about it. What aspect of, growth don't you find in EFT? There are meridians that are tapped on. There is self-acceptance. There is gratitude. There is, forgiveness. When you're saying, even though I have this, I'm ready to let go. It's actually self-forgiveness also. You're also learning to unravel your emotions and create newer ones. There comes in your boundary setting. See how beautiful it is. It has everything that you would need in order to, make a better version of yourself. So just be as authentic as possible. If you're feeling angry, yes, tap on the feeling of being angry. You want to shout on somebody, yes, perfect. Even though I'm so angry that I want to shout on that person, I am ready to deeply and completely accept myself. And see where you go from there. It is taking one step at a time. आप सीढ़ी चढ़ के जा रहे हो. You cannot reach the first floor at one time. That is that is the beauty of EFT. You can just take it one step at a time and see where that emotion is taking you. And you unravel it yourself. You don't need a script. You are your own script. Your body is the only tool that you need. Wonderful, right?
Yeah, so that is what I'm saying, Dr. Kamath. This was like, the depths that you have taken it to was amazing. And where do I find these commands is again my question, because we do the EFT tapping, but it has never been, and obviously the gamut process was like the belief change. So it went a layer deeper, definitely.
Yes, it does. It does. And once you finish with your gamut procedure, you can always reassess the intensity of your emotions. And here, please note that if the intensity has not come to positive, you can redo the entire sequence by going to the PR point. Starting again from the PR point. It's called the psychological reversal point.
Right. So this is the same as the process in Psyche. It's a Bruce Lipton modality where we do the same thing. So understanding it is one thing and doing it is another. So the commands you understand, but the words to come out in a similar fashion in that depth, that is where I think the art lies.
So I can give you a hint of how you can go about the process. The first stage of any process of EFT is experiencing that emotion to the fullest.
Right.
So this is what I'm feeling in my body and this is how I'm feeling it and I'm accepting it. So once you accept it, then you try to understand why it has come about. That is the second phase. Okay. There you will dig slightly deeper. What brought this on? Why am I feeling this? How is this affecting me? My mind, my body, my life. And even though I'm feeling this, I'm accepting myself. The third part of EFT should be that what if this is trying to teach me something? What am I learning from this? Should be the third part. And the fourth part of EFT should be that you are working towards the next step. Whatever that emotion is leading you to, it has to be a second. See, anger is always a secondary emotion. There is another emotion beyond it. So first you work on your anger and then you go towards the emotion that brought about the anger. So there it will help. And I can always post that, what I had written down. Of course, this is something that I experienced in myself and I gave words to it. So you can always use that. And I don't know how much of it will connect to you. So you can tweak it and create your own. You can do that. That's okay.
So even for a different emotion, I can use the same set of words. So maybe if it is guilt, maybe it is, and can we do it for positive emotions? Positive emotions. So
Yes,
if I'm feeling
definitely.
extremely happy or it's as if I'm flying, then should I do that?
Yes, definitely. See, EFT is not just used for negative emotions. We also use it to magnify or enhance positive emotions. There is nothing that you cannot tap on. So if we are now tapping on anger, and last time we tapped on fear and anxiety, we can also tap on positive emotions. We can tap on manifestation. We can tap on abundance. We can tap on happiness. We can tap on whatever we want to. It is basically locking in of emotions and releasing what is not required. Both can be done.
So when we say manifestation, what do we mean? Meaning I want to manifest something. So how do I go around? So
we'll be doing that. We'll be doing that.
Okay.
It'll be the last session of EFT.
Okay.
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 Doing all of them. Yes.
Karishma here. Karishma here.
Hanji.
My degree was -10 when I started, and with your command and with my own feelings and everything, it went to +10.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much.
So
Means
no, thank you to you, because I have done so many times EFT, but this command was really so deep that, and I don't want to share it here, and maybe I'll share it with you personally. It was, the intense was very bad. It, like, from years together I was going through this, but then in this one sitting itself, it made me released.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad for you.
Thank you.
And it's perfectly all right if there was someone who asked in the chat, I feel like crying. There are a lot of overwhelming emotions that I'm feeling right now when I'm doing the tapping. It's perfectly all right. Some people tend to cry. There are people who will yawn during the session. There are people who feel that nothing is happening, but that is the reason why we ask you to write down the intensity before we even start the sequence. You will yourself notice, it will be in your own handwriting that you will be at a minus something. And when you finish your sequence after the gamut process, you will realize that you are no longer in a negative. See, even if you go from -10 to a -8, that's a good 20% change. And where can you find that instant change? Any other process that can give you this instant change? Yes. Another thing, I can see Vipin here. This EFT is a process that, if you are not able to do it on yourself, you can do it surrogate. Somebody else can tap on you, not only on you, you can tap on somebody else's field. My son is not even here with me, but I can always visualize or imagine that I'm tapping on his field and I can do it for him. Such a wonderful procedure. You don't even need someone physically present in front of you to tap. That is called energy EFT. We'll be doing one session of energy EFT towards the end of this particular workshop series. Okay. So I want all of you to experience it for yourself, because this body is our only reality. And until we experience certain things in this body, we're not ready to believe anything. Believe me, I didn't believe in EFT until I experienced that change myself. Okay. We all are skeptics, no? I was actually labeled a super skeptic also. So it's a whole change for me. Yes,
Thank you.
Wants to? Mariam, please. Anyone wants to speak, share, feedback? You can always raise your hand.
Ma'am, Veena here.
Yes.
Ma'am, this whole process is like, working on our own emotion.
Yes.
Today, what we did, we could relate it to the other person. Like if we are angry with the relationships, be it mother-in-law, or friends, or relatives, if we do that, I know I felt the change. It was an amazing experience today that I had. What about the other person? Like this also affects them, like because we are taking their name and doing it. So
Here, let me make one thing very clear. You cannot affect the other person. You can only affect yourself. Any
okay.
kind of self-growth process is only for yourself. It is never for the other person.
Okay.
Okay. It is always about working on yourself first.
Uh-huh.
You can only change things when things inside you change.
Mhm.
Only then will things around you change.
Okay.
Ma'am,
Yeah. All right.
Anji.
And
ma'am, this
Yes,
is
yes, ma'am. Jyoti.
we would like, all of us, I think, would like you to share this statement once so that we understand, because once we are doing it, you forget the.
I'll do that. I'll definitely do
If
that.
you please post it once, then we'll get an idea maybe and then do it on our.
Definitely, definitely.
Thank you so much. Beautiful process. Lovely.
Thank you so much. Pleasure. Anyone else? Because we are beyond time now. If anybody else would love to, just speak about their own experience, that will help others.
Dr. Ashwini, I think lady called Kavita has been raising her hand for a long time.
Anji,
Must allow
please.
her.
Yes,
Kavita,
please.
please unmute yourself. Kavita, unmute yourself.
Yeah. Now, I was not able to unmute for a very long time, and it was creating a lot of anger. All the positive emotions became very negative because I don't know. I wanted to ask some questions and share my experience, but
Please
it
do
was
so.
a very bad thing. I couldn't unmute.
That was because there was a lot of noise.
No, it was not from my end. I was unmuted all through.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't
Please go ahead.
unmute myself till I wanted to ask the questions.
Hanji, please
So,
go ahead.
yeah. So I wanted, first is my entire thing has been reversed. So I'm very angry now. So
you can tap on that probably now.
I know. So now I wanted to ask you,
Hanji.
what is the finger point and what is the peer point?
I didn't get you. Can you please repeat?
Can you tell me what is the little finger point and the peer point? You said now we have to go back to the peer point. And when do we go back to the peer point?
See, the peer point is always at the starting of a sequence. Okay. Because EFT usually starts with the PR point because we are working on a negative emotion and we want certain transformation in that emotion. For that reason, we start with our psychological reversal. It's called psychological reversal point. There's a reversal of belief system or a certain pattern that we need. So we're going to begin with it. Okay. This is the point. And once the sequence is done, when you finish the entire sequence, you go from EFT to TFT. And after that eye roll, you come back and you notice that you are not at an intensity that you had anticipated. So supposing you started at -10 and now after this sequence, you are at say possibly a -6 or -4 and you want a 0. Then you start with the PR point again and go through the entire sequence again.
Okay.
This is how it is done.
And what is the little,
This is a part of EFT which not many of them would do. Normal EFT has been made very simple. In fact, if you see, there is something called rapid EFT, which is even simpler. There is no PR point also. They just start with head. They don't have corner of the eye. They don't have eyebrow point. They start with this. They do the collarbone and they are done. That is called rapid EFT.
The finger is the finger point on the inside.
These are all meridian points. There are different points. They're energy points that will, clear release the pent up energy. So each finger, other than the ring finger doesn't have a point because it goes to the other side of your body. This would be my right side. This is my left hand, but it would be my right meridian. Okay. It has been found by Chinese acupressurists and acupuncturists. So we do the little finger point. It's just below the nail bed. Then there is middle finger, there is index finger, and there is thumb. Thumb will be towards you, the outer side of your, just below the nail, towards you. And every finger is again towards you, below the nail bed. Okay, except the ring finger.
So is it like this?
And these sequences are called algorithms or recipes for EFT. Each emotion has a different algorithm. Okay, like today, last time when we did for anxiety, we did not have the little finger. Did you notice that? Whoever was there last time, we did not have the little finger and the collarbone, which we did immediately after the EFT sequence. But this time, since we are dealing with anger, let me tell you one more thing. Those, when you are in the throes of emotion, when you are at the peak of anger, it is just those 60 to 90-second gap, that break, if you're able to take and change your physiology, will change your emotion. So that 60 to 90-second gap is what EFT gives you. Okay, so you're changing your physiology to change your mood. So when you're,
I didn't understand.
Yes.
Can you just repeat?
So when you're getting extremely angry, you don't even have to go through the EFT sequence. That is what rapid EFT says. You need to do this and this.
Okay.
This and this.
So can you just tell me, is this the right point for the finger point below the joint?
Below the nail bed. Below the nail bed, the little finger towards you.
So is it above the joint or below the joint?
It is above the joint. It's just below your nail.
Okay.
Where your nail ends.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
A pleasure.
Great. And thank you very much for letting me speak. I mean, the person who said that I was raising my point. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for just sharing. Thank you so much, Kavita ji.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful Sunday, all of you. Anyone else? Yes, Anu. I can see Anu. Yes, please. Yes, Anu. Anu? Karishma ji?
Yeah. Hi. Yes, yes, you call me.
Hello.
This is Anu here.
Hanji, Hanji.
Yeah. I would request you to send the recording, please. Like from the step 1 to till the end, because we won't be able to remember every step. So it would be great if you would send the recording, please.
See, Hitesh is actually planning to have the sequence recorded separately and put on joining hands. So I do not know what his plans are. So we'll go according to how he's planned this. In the meanwhile, I'll request all of you to experience it for yourself live. Okay. It's going to be on Sundays, 10 to 11. You can always join in. And we'll deal with these issues one each week. Okay. Next time will be pain. Okay, so it's going to be for both acute pain as well as chronic pain. It can be for emotional pain as well as physical pain. Okay, so we'll be doing EFT for pain next week. Just intimation. Okay, so just experience this, and whenever the recordings are available, it will be made available. That's in his hands.
Hi, Dr. Ashwini Kam.
Hanji, Hanji.
Well, I was not feeling well and having severe backache. But after attending your session, I'm completely relaxed.
I'm so glad.
Thank you very much. It was a wonderful session.
It's a pleasure. Thank you so much. Anyone else?
Hey Ashwini, this is Pratima. So throughout the thing, I was yawning and yawning and
Yes.
yawning unstopped. So that's common.
Yes, yes. Yawning is very common. That happens when it's been a very long time since you have tried to even process your emotions.
It was so bad that somewhere I felt like vomiting also. It was like pretty bad, but I feel better.
Yes, yes. You need to tap on that. You need to continue with the process.
Okay.
You need to go deep, dig deeper. That will help.
Thank you.
Hello, Dr. Ashwini.
Hanji.
I'm Usha Reddy here.
Hanji.
I was the one who wrote, I feel like crying. I don't know why it was happening. Again and again, I was feeling like crying only. I don't know what was something, some bent up emotions or something. I don't know what
Yes.
was happening. Even now, I feel like crying only.
Yes, yes. That happens because you have been probably told that it is not okay or not okay to express your anger.
Always, always.
Yes. So you need to tap on that again, go through the process again. That will help you. This is one process that can really help you unravel all those emotions and make sense of what is happening. You can change them.
Thank you.
Pleasure. It's a pleasure. Anu wants to speak. Hand is raised. Yes, ma'am. Yes. Mariam. Yes. Yes, please. You can unmute yourself. I can't hear.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Hi, Dr. Ashwini. I'm Maria from Malaysia, actually.
Okay.
I just attended this session out of curiosity, and it was wonderful. You're so compassionate. Thank you. And you see, I'm a teacher by profession, and I deal with teenagers, young adults.
Yes.
And I think this will work wonderfully for
Yes.
children of that age.
Yes,
How
it
do
does.
I actually learn this? It's like, it's a wonderful modality.
Yes, it is. And this is something that you can use in your school with children. You can use it for small babies. You can tap on babies also. You can just tap on their field also.
Okay.
Yes.
Can I connect to you, because I want to learn this to deal with children, because young adults now, they're bursting with all kind of emotions, and this is like immediate release for them.
Yes, yes. You may. Please do.
Thank
Yes.
you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Pleasure. Pleasure, ma'am.
Thank you.
So I think we'll wind up. If any of you would want to leave a feedback, and if you want clarity on anything, if you have doubts, or if you want to share your experience, please feel free to reach me. My number is there in the WhatsApp chat. Okay. So you can always, yes, I will type my number here.
Are you in Bombay?
No, ma'am, I'm in Bangalore.
Okay.
I'll share my card in the WhatsApp so that you could, or wait, I'll just share it here. 1 second. Just give me a second.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ashwini.
A pleasure.
Thank you,
A
Lord.
pleasure. It's always a pleasure. I'm sharing. Just give me a second. Now here is my number. I'm also a regression therapist. So my experiences of sessions I usually write about in my Facebook page, and the website will give you details as to what I do. And you can reach me either on my mobile or through Gmail. I'm in Bangalore. Okay. So thank you all so much for joining me today.
Thank you.
And
thank you
so much. We'll meet next Sunday. Okay.
Sure.
Have a wonderful day. Enjoy your Sunday today.
Thanks.